Whitaker for tonight's prep work. And this is lesson 3 of topic 1, module 1. And we were learning about, taking a composite figure. We're going to decompose it and find the areas of the separate figures. The first part says, write and define composite figure and draw a picture of an example. Define composite figure. It's a figure composed of different shapes. An example that we kind of did in class for this would have been the house example, where we had a house and we cut it up, and we had a triangle for figure 1 and a square for figure 2, and found the area of those two shapes. So let's take a look at number 1. It says calculate the area of the composite figure. So to me, we see a rectangle. I would say that would be my figure 1. And we have a triangle, which I would say would be my figure 2. So for figure 1, that is a parallelogram. So what would be that formula? It would be A equals base times height. What would be the base of figure 1? Well, they kind of have you thinking a little bit. You know that the whole top is 20, so the whole bottom would be 20, but I don't need the whole bottom. I only need the part that is blue. So I also know that this part from here to here is the same as here to here. So that would be 7. So if the whole thing is 20, this part is 7, what would be that blue part? Well, we can either say 7 plus gives me 20, or say 20 take away 7, and that would give me the blue part, which would be 13. So now I know my base is 13. What would be my height? This is my base. My height would be 7. So I work out 13 times 7, which that would equal 91. So the area of figure 1 is 91. 91 inches squared. So let's talk about figure 2. Figure 2 is a triangle. So that formula is area equals 1/2 base height. So what is the base? Well, the base would be from, let me show a different color, be from here to here. Well, if you look over here, I see 7. So this base must be 7 as well. So I'm going to say 7 is my base. And what is my height? Well, this is my height. That's 7. That is my height. Let me erase that. Kind of looks a little weird. Let me fix this a little bit. Kind of doing this in pink. So my base is 7. This is my base. And my height is 7. Okay, but we usually would have to cut it in half. But those are odd numbers, so I really can't cut it in half. So it would be 49. And then we still have to find half of 49. Well, 25 would be half of 50. So 24.5 would be the area of figure 2. Inches squared. So I take this area of figure 1 and this area of figure 2, and I add the two together to get my total area of the composite figure. So I would say 91.0 plus 24.5. Remembering to line up my decimals like we learned in 5th grade. Bring your decimals straight down, and you have 5, 5, and 11. So 115.5 inches squared is my final area of number 1. Looking at number 2, I see I have a triangle right here. I would maybe cut it up and maybe cut it like this, so then I can find the area of that rectangle. Then you could find the area of, now this is interesting, you can find the area of this whole square right here, then find the area of this triangle and remove it from that whole square. Does that make sense? So you would have figure 1, you would cut this, you'd have figure 2, you would do the whole thing of figure 3, but you have to remove out this triangle. So you're going to have to find that figure and then subtract it out of figure 3. And then you would add up all those composites together. So that was a tricky one. If you look at number 3, that one is, again, we talked about this in class, the kite. If you could just find the area, we would cut it this way, because then you can, it's like a rhombus. You would do the base times the height, which the base would be B to D, which is, where's B to D? Oh, it's right here. D to E is 15, and B to E is 9. So you kind of have to put those two together. So the base would be 24. Now what would be the height? The height would be from here to here. The whole thing is a height. You want to get the height of the whole thing. The height of the whole thing, C to A, you guess you would have to find C to E, which is 6. And then E to A would be 6. When you put those together, you get the total height of 12. And then you would do 24 times 12. Well, I know 24, I'd probably break apart or decompose the 12, and I would do 24 times 10 plus 2, okay? So 24 times 10 is 240, 24 times 2 is 48. When you put this together, you get 288 as your area, okay? Why did I not cut it in half? Well, I didn't cut it in half because we know that we could put those two triangles together and make, oops, sorry, I think I cut you guys off here. There. Maybe you can see it now. There. Sorry. You can put the two triangles together and it makes a rhombus. So that's why we didn't have to cut it in half. We just did the base of it times the whole entire height. I hope that helps a little bit. You can do the same thing in number 4. If we go to the back side, the stretch, remember, say this for last, but this is not graded. But the review should be a review of what we did in lesson 1 and 2. So I'm not going to go over those. I think you guys can handle that. I hope this video helps, and we'll review tomorrow. And don't forget, we have a quiz on lessons 1 and 2. All right. Have a great night. See you later.